Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sarah Beauregard. I'm the Children's Ministry Director here at Emmanuel. We're coming to the close of another year of doing God's beautiful work here. In fact, we're 2 days away from the new year. 2018 will end as 2019 begins. The end of a calendar year is always symbolic of a renewing of the previous self. We will start hearing people declaring new year, new me. We will hear resolutions such as eating better, cleaning more often, keeping better spending habits. But what about a new start in your spiritual life as a resolution? You see, standing right here, right in this moment in front of you is very different for me. I'm used to sitting right there behind my safety net of children so that I can forget you all are out here too. Now, don't get me wrong, I love you all. You're all just a bit taller than my usual audience. Yet here I stand, on the verge of a new year, in a new spot with a very new perspective. But let me be very clear, I can't do that because of who I am. I can do that because of who God is. There is no one he cannot refresh and renew. Noah was a drunk. Jacob was a cheater. David was an adulterer. Jonah ran from him. And Thomas doubted him, but he still used all of these people for his divine purpose. He can use you too. How can you refresh and renew God's kingdom? How can you grow God's kingdom? Everyone take your hand, put it in front of your mouth, and take a big deep breath. You feel that? Now take your hand and place it over your heart. Do you feel that? There's air within your lungs and there's a beating heart within your chest. You are still here on this earth. He has a purpose for you. God is not finished with you yet. New year, new me, same Jesus. A new year brings new things to the horizon, and we're taking that very seriously here at Emmanuel. Pastor Sarah recently showed me a poem about Simeon the elder, and I'm going to read that to you now. This preacher claimed that scholarly research had documented that Simeon, of Simeon and Anna, had pronounced the very same blessing over all of the babies those final years of his life, around 5 BC. He was pulling my leg, of course. But when I read the blessing and thought about it, I began to wish he was right about Simeon and those babies. And I began thinking about our babies and wishing that some Simeon, might hold my grandbabies high, and yours, the ones born and the ones not yet, proclaiming to them with great conviction, you are the saviors of the world, meaning it so absolutely those youngins would live it and love it and make it happen. Upon first reading that poem, it can seem surprising to think that all babies would receive the same blessing that Jesus the Christ received. Isn't that saying that Jesus is no more special than any other baby? No. Actually, it's lifting the potential of our babies, our current babies and our babies to come. It is not denying the overwhelming power of our Christ. It's enabling our youngest members to take on the role of growing his kingdom. They are our future praise team, our future ushers, child and youth ministers, pastors. They are our future church elders. If we empower them now and help them to understand our faith, just imagine what they can do when their turn to lead arises. Now is the time to equip them for the future that God has already mapped out for them. So I'm very excited to make this next announcement. In February, we're going to be starting a new program, February Family Nights, and it will happen every Wednesday in February from 4:30 to 6:30. Our children will take part in games, crafts, and music that all revolve around a Bible story. This session in particular will be on God's great love. And parents, there are registration papers at the Welcome Center. But like all amazing things that happen here, this program needs a team. I need help. I need you. We as a group are the ones to initiate the growth of God's kingdom. And if God is working in your heart to grow the faith of our children, I will gladly find a way for you to make that happen. Together, we prepare our children to be our future church leaders. And with this new ministry, I believe Emmanuel will be really blessed heading into 2019. As we continue with our worship, we would like you to come forward and receive a family blessing, just as Jesus and his family were blessed in the temple in our lesson today. We invite you to be blessed with the words from Simeon. This will also be our prayer time today. We will have several blessing stations at the front. Just come forward as you are ready. Please define family in any way that you want. I'm sure we'll have multiple generations of family receiving blessings, and some of you might come with friends. As we say, friends are the family that you choose. And if you have family that cannot be here today, hold them in your heart as you receive this blessing and know that God is holding them too. If a line forms, we ask you to wait at the end of your row before coming to the rail to receive your blessing. As the music starts, you may come forward.